Hey, what's going on, guys? Hope you guys can hear me okay. It's my first time using this particular software to do this. So, oh, look at that. I already got things in chat. Let's see. No audio. Nope. Gotcha. Okay, yeah, no. No, there was no audio. Hopefully, there is now, though, right? Okay. Well, if not, y'all are going to watch me move my mouth a little bit and open up all these needles that I meant to do. Sweet. All right. Very good. Yeah. Very good. Thanks. Thanks. Hopefully, I'm not too loud. Looking at my levels, it looks like I am, but who am I? So, um, oh, look at that. It's my favorite viewer of all time, the one that shows up to absolutely everything. My stream closed captioner. Pretty sure it's like McAfee. I just can't seem to get rid of it. Also, I don't think I really want them to do some closed captioning. So just so you guys know, I am currently like opening up these cartridges just so I can get crazy with them. I want to make sure that some of them are pretty obvious. I'm going to be using 3 different ones. Hopefully I won't have to open any extras. I had some pretty bum ones the last episode. So and I'll be working kind of on the outside of my leg. So I might be kind of twisty. I tried to set my seat in such a way that that would be okay. Um, let's see. And the first one up is, yes. So this is actually a 12/7 liner. Yay. All right. I'll show you guys this thing so you can see okay. Let's go ahead and we'll just put it right here. All right. So what I'll be working on, everything's kind of shifting around. I got this new like thing to hold the dadgum camera, but it doesn't want to work right. So this is the guy I'm working on. It's going to look a little distorted, for you guys that have seen or been with me on all of these. I always put these on standing up, and then I tend to stretch the skin how I want it to be able to hold the stencil in place and put the ink in a good spot. This particular piece right here, I bought some paper for the stencil that was specifically for tattooing. That's the way it was marketed. And so this is my first time using this. This is going to be my first time doing a lot of crazy stuff. So this one, luckily, my shorts still go down over that area because this one might end up looking messed up. So anyway, I want to show you guys this bad boy. Whoop. Oh, come on, focus. You want to. Yeah. Anyway, you can see the movement on that. So that's going to be shooting in my leg first and foremost. And we'll be working with a few different colors, mostly primaries and black. But this will be my first one where I'm not going to outline everything in black first. So it might be a little bit weird. And that's okay, because that's my skin. And if I want it to be strange as all get out. So I'm just going to look around here and make sure that I can actually reach everything. You think I would do that before, but I did not. So again, also, we're looking at this bag over the top of this fun thing. You can see the direct drive, so this rod just pushes in the same way that I was pushing in on the cartridge. And I pick up ink inside of this thing, and then I lay down ink over the top of myself. So, but that bag there might cause some, a little bit of like noise. If it's too much, let me know. I'll try to turn the gain down on the mic and make sure that everything's good to go on that end. So first and foremost, we're going to start with a blue. Woo. And that thing is really, I don't know if you can see, I always try to get you guys to be able to see this. That thing is really sticking out there. I don't cry yet, not while I'm on camera. I do wait until I'm off camera, and then I bawl like a little baby. So I'm just going to go over some of the more important areas to make sure. Oh man, it's like spraying out ink. Not cool. Man, I have said it over and over again, but these tips, these are horrible. All right. And no, I won't give the brand because that would be mean. I'm just going to loosen that up a little bit and go to town. You guys see that all right? Yeah, that's good. That's good. You can kind of see, as long as that stay out of the way a little bit. Oh my gosh, I hate these things. I don't know what their problem is. I would think it was user error, but I've had so much better luck with so many other ones that I just can't believe that. Yeah, let's just throw ink on it. How are you guys tonight? I think I saw one of my besties of all time. Sorry guys. Where are you at? James Skull. There you are, man. My buddy out in Colorado. So you guys who've known me for more than a minute, whenever I talk about any kind of crazy story where I go, I know this guy, it is him. That's my brother from another mother right there. We go way back. Just in case anything happens, I want to be able to hear you guys too. One of my worst fears is that, like, last time that somebody subbed while I was on here, I didn't know what it was. I heard the noise and I was like, what the hell was that? So one of the toughest things to do, I've found out tattooing, is to just get a good line. Like, it seems like such an easy thing to do. There's your line. Get it. But I have not had that luck. And I used to have like hands like surgeons, man. Like back in the day, I was able to take an X-Acto knife and do just some crazy stuff with it while I was doing graphic design. All my mock-ups and everything, like down to like 0.125 of an inch. It's just amazing. But then, you know, I turn the camera on me, turn the sound up, see all the some of the best people that I've met in my life, like hanging out, judgy strangers that are trying not to judge too hard because they know, like, oh man, he's trying though. Let's give him some support. Ah, jeez, man, I'm gonna do something about this, but probably not tonight. Time to get a new one. So right now, like I said, I'm going over this pretty solid blue here. This is I wouldn't say a dark blue. It's actually it's bold though. I mean, it's not light. I hate going in at this angle, guys. I feel like I'm really going to do some damage. That's okay. There we go. Hey man, if I got some sun, these would be even harder for me to see, you know? So, let's just, right now it's just notebook paper. But what it could be though, could be all tan, could be ripped. Those days are over. So, let me just make sure. It looks like that line where it leaked out earlier, like that. That's true. It's not. You're right. Okay. So there is something that I forgot, and I knew I was going to need it. Tell you what, I hate to do this. I hate turning off the camera for any reason. I got to run and grab some water just like I did last time. I will totally be right back. And I'd love to keep the audio on, but then you guys would know all my secrets. And anyway, yeah, that's how you tattoo. So join me again next time. I'm just kidding. I know, man. I know. Totally unacceptable. Trust me. Totally no. It is highly, highly wrong. All right. Uh, just wanted to show my new, yeah. Hey, man. It took me a minute to, to make all these crazy colors. Hope you guys can forgive the running around and whatnot. So right now what I'm doing is I had to get water so I could clean out the ink. Not a big deal. I'm actually going to be switching up to some black, I think. Let's go ahead and wipe this down. Make sure everything's there. I don't want to wipe too hard. I hate wiping away my stencils. Like the worst thing that I can do. So, and you can see it. It's starting to go. So I gotta get in what I can real quick. What I'm going to do is I am going to grab, I think it'll be safe to go for the black now. So I've got a little bit of black. I'm going to throw down in there, load that thing up, and let's get this. So in case, you know, I heard somebody say, whenever I first showed off this design, said this is going to be awesome. And what I got was somebody asking me if it was a balloon. It's not a balloon. It's not a Christmas ornament. Unless you really don't like someone. So it'll, you know, hopefully if it's not apparent, it will become apparent. Hopefully. Guys, also, I have to say this, I noticed that I actually have a couple of new followers from when I was offline. And those new followers, I'm saying this right now because of that cat. Those new followers are like tried and true, awesome professionals. And you guys already know how I feel about my animals. I love them. But they are not like, it's not what you want like while you're getting a tattoo. I'll also say this, like I can't tell you how many times, you know, a few at least, that I've said, oh, if there's an animal in the place where you're getting a tattoo, you're in the wrong place. And then I saw on Instagram this guy here, local to our area, was posting pictures with two of his cats hanging out in his lap, and I'm like, well, maybe I was wrong. I mean, I don't know. To me, it seems like, you know, it's up to the person getting the tattoo, of course. Like how clean an environment they want. And there are hypoallergenic cats that don't have any dander or anything like that. I don't know, maybe that's what he has. I don't know. I could be wrong though. So it makes me feel a little bit better seeing that dude. I keep looking up just to make sure I'm actually staying somewhat in the camera. And I'm trying not to rush tonight. don't have a whole lot to say about this particular tattoo. Like, I saw one that was similar to it on somebody that I really liked their work. And I thought, man, it would be really cool to just kind of do that just a little bit different. And maybe show like the fuse like counting down instead of like the bomb just starting to get ready to blow up, you know. So I went for it, you know. Go ahead and get it in there and see how it goes. Cleaning out this thing again. We're about to do something. Every time I do an episode, every time I hop on here, I always try to do something that I've never done before. And so this is, yeah, so I've got blue, black, there's yellow, and there's going to be red. So that's pretty much as much black as I have planned for. I might because of the vibrancy of the blue, I might have to kind of go in and do some light shading work with the black. Hopefully it's light, just to kind of darken it up a little bit. But this is my first time. Oh man, this yellow is not liking this. This is my first time using yellow. So, and I wanted to get this in before I lose my stencil. So. Of course, to keep spitting like that, I might not be able to. So I know I'm gonna have to like deeply saturate that yellow. Like it's gonna need a lot of yellow. And what bothers me the most about this particular ink, and maybe these particular needles, is that right there. I can't see what the heck I'm doing whenever it just dumps the ink out like that. And I need to move slow, but I can't if it's all just pouring out. Always, always, always go as slow as you possibly can. Unless it's chewing up your skin. And speed up. Don't listen to me. I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm just a guy. Just a dude. Trying to make his way in the world. So a couple of episodes back, you guys got to watch me do some pretty crazy stuff with the white, trying to do an outline in white. I won't be doing that again. Damn, come on, man. White was a fun experiment, and I think I learned my lesson. At least I kind of hoped that I did, but now look at me. Now I'm doing yellow. Get one more super bright tattoo. Possibly super bright. Hopefully super bright. Dang. Alright, I might have to twist myself a little bit here. Can't quite figure out why it's dumping all that out. But I'm about ready to put this liner down. Find something else. We're going to play games. Really? Yeah, this is maddening. This is insanity. I don't know if you guys can hear like the stomping around or not. I think my daughter's mad about something. If you can't hear that, that's cool too. You don't want to. You son of a... I like to keep this PG. I'm not gonna cuss at my inks. I know, right? Really is no surprise. She is something else. I love her to death. She's normally pretty easy to get along with, like today she begged me, like she's like, oh, take me out to lunch. Oh man, I don't want to go. I hate leaving the house. It's like the most simple request ever. Taco Bell. She's an angel. Yeah, so is the devil, my friend. She's not that bad though. I've met crazier women before. I need to decide which one of these you're going to get. Whenever you see one that's actually good, hop on that train. And also, like, make sure that I'm not using these cartridges. This is so terrible. Alright. So I think I got all of that yellow in there. Doesn't matter if I did or not. It's going to tell me. Oh, cool. Did you go to the PX? Because that's where I ended up going. Oh, you guys probably also, like, notice I'm not wearing a baseball cap. They're terribly uncomfortable whenever you're doing this. And I haven't had a haircut in like a month. Longer. Alright, I just kind of want to see where I am right now, so bring this out. Oh, on Washington, yeah. Oh yeah, no, I definitely missed some. But hopefully you see what it is that I'm trying to do in just a second. Like, this is going to be a little bit different. I am also, like, if it's not dumping out ink, all right, so the blue's okay. I got the line in there. The black I can touch up a little bit later. Not a big deal. It looks like I at least made the blood lines with the yellow. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and switch over to a round shader. There we go. So same size, standard size needle, 7 grouping. Oof. It's a little bit punchier. Yeah, let's just go ahead and... Now what I'm going to use right now is I'm going to go ahead and use the full all-out, like, concentrated blue. but then I made kind of a wash with the same blue, so that I can kind of lighten it up, do a little bit of a softer gradient towards the, I guess the shinier parts. You know, you can see they're starting to go away. But I'm not trying to fully outline these guys or anything like that. Yeah. So hopefully this won't spit out as much. And I can just, I don't really want it too dark anywhere but the absolute most bottom point of the this bomb. And it's funny, like, I see people just go ham on some of these. Yeah. It's so fun to see, like, trained professionals work color and shade on a tattoo. It is, I mean, it's just amazing. And I would be using the curved mag for this, but I've got something a little bit more in store for the curved mag. Okay, I'm gonna work myself to death with it. Also, not gonna lie to you guys. So sorry. Right. I used fake skin for the first time last night to try something out. It's horrifying. Not because it was gross or anything, but because I don't like paying money for anything. There I was, dadgum fake skin. Some kind of rich man. It's not really that expensive, I'm just cheap. Oh. Later, Mr. Goofy Palmers. Thanks for stopping in, man. I understand that that bedtime, man. Sleep is good. It really is. I love it. So are tattoos. So. Going to darken this up just a little bit more. And then on the welt, it's like the hardest place for me to get color. And from what I understand, there's a lot of people that say the same thing. I think it's harder to get that color where you do an outline because it's at a weird angle. So wipe away for a second there. You can see some blue. That, my friends, is blue. Now I'm going to go in, kind of darken up some other areas. There might be a little bit more shadow. See, I already started kind of over here. Like, there's a bright spot that's down here. But I think it would be a much harder to hit bright spot for the light, right? So we're going to go right up to the edge there, and then we're actually going to come in right here. Just make it look a little curved. And then because of where the shadow is, coming down where the light source is, probably along this line of the fuse. Make sure you guys can see that. Along this line of the fuse, over on this side, might be a little bit darker. Just as a shadow type thing. So I'm pretty sure, like the way that some of my tattoos have healed up, they're not too bad. You can definitely see why a lot of tattoo artists will have you come in after 2 weeks. Like, they won't just let you be like, yep, that's cool tattoo, man. Come back when you want another tattoo. Like, they actually, will schedule you 2 weeks out so that you can come in and, work on getting it figured out. Like if there's anything that they missed, if there's anything that you think isn't dark enough, or even that they don't think is dark enough. I'm almost 100% sure that these guys do not want to do like a bad job. So if you see a bad tattoo, it's probably because it's someone like me. They either just get started, or they're not the greatest, and that's okay. Give those guys a shot. I mean, it's only permanent. Alright, so I'm cleaning out the needle again. We're going to switch over back to the yellow, and then I'll clean off my leg, and we'll see how bruised or not bruised things look. Because right now that yellow is something to behold, I will say. Just clear that out. So there might be some residual blue in here. If I was somebody else, I'd switch it. I might switch it anyway. Yeah, I don't really want to take the chance of turning my bright yellow outline to a bright green outline, or a dull green outline. Oh, this looks like fun. There we go. Caught it. Alright, so again, this is just another 9-round shader. Same thing I was using before with the blue, but this time we're going to switch it over to yellow. I'm going to try to really beat that yellow in there, like make it punchy. It probably will heal crazy looking like the white did, but at the same time, I think it'll look pretty cool, even if it's not like 100% like the bestest thing ever. And We'll go back over that outline that I did before. So I really don't like how that looked. And I'm also going to go ahead and do this lovely color packing right up to the blue. You might see a little green happen there because there is some residual blue. Not too big of a deal. Whenever it heals, you know, I am like 100% certain that that blue is going to kind of fade anyway, and it's going to fade into this yellow that I'm packing down. So it's going to have like a green outline eventually, and I think that's pretty fun. It's not something I would say is a, you know, happy little accident or anything, but still, like, it's not something that I didn't think of. Pretty stoked about it, really. I was watching a guy streaming earlier today, and he like almost dropped his tattoo machine. And then he's like, oh, well, there's a happy little accident. And I swear, like, you could hear the guy in the chair, like, what? It was cool. Every time I start doing something like looks like a lot of fun. Yeah, I know, right? He was really good though. Like it still surprises me how much like how much just how cool this is. Like who would have thought you could just buy a tattoo gun. Sorry, a tattoo machine. Not all Americans are obsessed with guns. Just the most Americans. But yeah, you could just buy a tattoo machine and just do this. Like, yeah, there's some of that residual green coming through where I went right up to the edge. Trying to be real careful on these more sharp edges because a round shader is not known for being crisp. Although I have a pinch outlined with it, as you've seen some of my past episodes. Guess it helps if I actually point myself towards the microphone. Yeah. Here comes my cat again. What's up, meow meow? Get out of here. Thanks for the rubbins. Never change. Yep. That's not even a crazy one. She's like cool and stuff. I mean, my crazy one is too, but boy, howdy. He's being very well behaved today. That's good. I knew he could do it. All right, let's see what we got. No, I know. Doesn't care at all. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that you're just coming here so you can see the animals now. You're like, oh, that dude's got animals. Tuning in. All right. Go back in and hit that a little bit more, and then we'll play with the blue a little bit more. Yeah, that's what I thought. I know you don't get to see him in person. You check out my OnlyFans. I was actually partway through setting one up, and then I was like, I'm not telling what these people want to see me tattoo, bro. I just can't. I'm not sure I can do that. That went deep. Hey, Gary, how's the first couple days on the job, man? Heard you got that new one. Oh yeah. We did it while you were sleeping, bro. Don't worry about it. You've made us lots of money. Oh yeah, of course it is. You just walk away until they get it right. Be like, well, I guess don't work here. obviously. If I worked here, my paperwork would be right. Guess you can't do that until you put like one of those dots on your chest, though. And you just be like, yeah, I'll be back whenever you figure it out. It's yellow. It's a lot of yellow. Come back to that yellow. I'm gonna let that cool down for a minute. Go ahead and rinse this out though. Yeah, so I'm gonna add like a tiny bit of red. And I mean I might as well add it now while this yellow is still reasonable. Dry this off real quick. Like I've got just a very small, tiny bit of red that I was going to add. Go ahead and do that. So right here, around this area, you probably can't even tell because I got blood there, but it's just kind of setting it off right on the fuse. Now I'm going to turn down the voltage a little bit, a lot of it, and just going to fanning it out a little bit so it just kind of fades a little into the explosion part. Not a whole lot, just a little. So you get like this really bright red right on the tip of that fuse. And let's crank that up a little bit. And I'm like all over the place. I gotta keep paper towels over here, gotta keep this over there. So it just gives that, it's a little tiny, I mean, it's there, you can, I mean, you could see it. I'll try to get closer to the camera so you can actually see what it is that I'm doing. It looks really good. It's probably going to be like the best part of the whole tattoo is like this one little piece, but you can kind of see how it just kind of fades into the yellow. Alright, let me rinse this one out. And if we need to come back to it, we will. Alright. So essentially what I'm doing whenever I'm reaching it like way over here is I'm messing around with the power supply, the voltage. Voltage will just, it just kind of decides like how fast the needle is moving or how fast this little wheel is spinning that's driving the needle. So all right, so this is the part that I'm the most worried about because I haven't really done it very well. in the past. So, and this is gonna fix the smear of yellow. It's going on like all the way. I'm a mess, guys. Like, trust me, whenever the stuff cleans up, it actually doesn't clean up too bad. But, you know, let's just get down to it. When it comes down to it, like, there's just all kinds of fun stuff. All right. So what I've done is I put a small curved mag on here. I'm going to use that similar to how you would a paintbrush. And I'm starting off with this blue wash. Now, the cool thing about this is that it's going to dump out a lot of ink, right? And that's okay. That's what I want it to do. To just kind of dump it out, right? The problem is that as it does this, it makes it a little bit hard for me to see. And to go back in and clean this up could be problematic if I don't plan out how I want these this stuff to go. You'll see what I'm talking about. I'm gonna go like this way. So you start playing with like those softer gradient tones without going like all out like crazy with the other color. It's not the same vibrancy, and that's a good thing. What I'm shooting for. Now, what I'm also going to have to do though is I'm going to have to get my my reference out, because I have pretty much lost where my shine is supposed to be on here. I mean, I know that it's up around this area that I'm avoiding at all costs. Let's go ahead and do that. Hopefully I don't turn my fan off, or my light off, whatever. I'll get it. All right, let's see. So this is kind of what I'm working off of. It does have a black outline. I drew it in pencil and then I just went over it. But that's kind of the idea of where I'm going with this. So now I have to figure out where I'm going to put that on my desk. Everything's so crazy. I definitely don't want to put it there. And I have coffee on my desk. A little break time, might as well. All right, so yeah, but since I have coffee on my desk, like it's really close to the rinse water. All right, so I kind of see how I want that to go. Yeah, that's kind of the idea. That's what I'm trying to do. I have had to take some into like Illustrator and stuff like that so that I could get like a better idea of sizing and stuff. But yeah, I'm drawing them all out too. That way I'm not really, like, I don't feel like I'm ripping anybody off. Like, I'm not doing anyone a disservice, I guess, by poorly copying their tattoo, if that makes sense. So, I don't know. This is gonna beat my leg up. Yeah, so apparently what I didn't realize, like even starting off, you're right. Like I think it's pretty important, but a lot of people they don't consider themselves tattoo artists, you know? And I get that. Like sometimes like you look around at you know what people call art and you're like, well, I don't think I wanna do that. Don't think I wanna be don't want a part of that. But I don't know, I mean seems like the people that do tattoos, most of them pretty like their heads on their shoulders. Maybe you need a new air fryer. I don't know. You could pay for it by actually cashing in on your OnlyFans. Don't lie, you got one. We all know, we've been to it. I'm gonna give the address to Kat. That was an annoying noise. It's not true. It's not true at all. Especially right now whenever I don't have my pre-made stencil to help me out. You guys are gonna make me blush. I'll pretend it's blush. It's really crying. Yeah, we're definitely tearing this thing up today. Wow, that was frightening. Sorry, I didn't mean to stick my whole hand on the camera. give this a little wash. Come back down with the some of the little moisturizer stuff that I use. Let's see where we stand. I really want to get, I need to fade this in a little bit more. I don't know. You guys can see like the outline here that I did. So I want to fade that in. That's where I'm talking about, like, this has the potential to really like tear up my skin. But I would, again, this is one of those things, like, I'm not doing this on anyone else, you know, and so I would like to learn a lot of these mistakes. It's not even mistakes really, like, this is just something that you have to plan for. And this is something I would like to learn on me, so that, you know, if I ever do decide to do this on anybody else, if they're sitting there in the chair and I'm just tearing into them, like, I'm not going to sit there and think, oh, they can't handle it. Like, no, I mean, this is like, you have the potential to do some bad stuff here. And if you go too, you know, rough on these parts, like, instead of healing smoothly, it's going to scab. And I actually made that mistake on a couple of ones on my other leg, where I just went nuts trying to pack in color, and I did it improperly. You guys have to forgive me for a second. This coffee is gonna be wicked. So also, I'm kind of running out of skin before I need to get to my two larger, more ambitious pieces, and they're larger in composition, but the little details are going to be pretty rough. So I'm hoping, like, you know, that's what I'm building up to. That's what I'm kind of trying to start already, you know, get on that path of, okay, this is the technique that I use for this, and I should be using it for this part as well. Getting there, getting there, getting there. A couple more passes, we should be okay. starting to fade in there. Still a little bit harsh right around this area. Yeah. Normally don't put that much of that stuff on there, but man, whew, better safe than sorry. Okay. All over the floor is cool to disinfect the floor. Just playing. Everyone likes to disinfect the floor. All right. Definitely get in there, man. I feel like I'm pretty close, guys. I feel like I'm pretty close. There's a couple more things I gotta do. Just a couple more passes, maybe. I'm looking at my screen. It's actually not too bad. That's not too bad. It's melting. I know. Whenever it goes all over the floor, I'm like, please, ink, stay. It hurts. Please stay in there. All right. So I am actually going to turn down the voltage a little bit, a lot of it, and you should be able to hear a pretty big difference here. And what I'm going to do with that is I'm going to go over some of these edges here. I'm just going to super light on this. It probably wouldn't be a whole lot places where a harsh light would actually shine that bright. So if we go in and just kind of ink up some of these spots just a little bit, just give them a little bit of a shadow, it probably will look a little more thought out, maybe, if that makes sense. I'm also still trying to hit those little welty spots too, just to make sure that they get a good solid bunch of ink in there, so I'm not looking at white spots later. Yep. There we go. So much fun. I feel like once I turn this power supply down, like it gets a lot quieter in here. I feel like I have to whisper. Don't wake the bomb. We're doing it. Let's bump this up just a little bit. More acceptable. Acceptable volume level here. Tattoos are rock and roll, man. They're not supposed to be quiet, peaceful. Just the electricity happening. There we go. Oh, we're making it. We're making it. We are making it. It's so close. Bitch. Like looking up there and being like, oh yeah, that's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. Oh, thanks, man. It says every time I do something, man, every time I try something on here, it's my first time trying. So if I pull it off, I'm like, woo, look at that. And if I don't, then I'm like, yeah, maybe next time. I mean, what are you gonna do? Just a little bit left, man. Just a little bit. Not quite happy with this area here. Still feel like even though it could be a sharp edge, it's just not quite there. Yeah. I mean, it's only skin, right? You can always grow more. It's not like these things are permanent. Right? Somebody? Right? What have I done? Man, it's like looking and I'm seeing like this area right here just needs a little bit more, and then I think I'll be happy with it. And I am brutally honest, I'll tell you. Like, especially about myself. Probably my worst critic. But you know, I mean, if you can't be honest with yourself, you know, what's the point? Like, is it too dark? Sorry. Hopefully you're not talking about the tattoo, because I cannot lighten this bee up. It's done, man. There's nothing I can do to make this blue bomb any brighter. Do you like that? That's called alliteration. Oh. Oh. I didn't even see that comment. But yes, you are correct. My worst critic. Not to my face, he's not. I swear, I'm gonna get this right. I'm gonna get this right in here. Oh, I see. Yeah, cause I was taking that somewhere else, man. Yeah, you're not wrong. You just I wonder what happens whenever we put in 100% of this ink, though. Faster. Oh no, everything's gone, it's dead. It's too much. I don't know how I'll ever do this. Yeah, right, 110% always. Yeah, well, I hate to do this, but you know, you guys can stick around and watch me try to get this yellow just a little bit brighter. And I might even go around it a little bit with some light shading. Can't guarantee this is, whoa, holy crap. This is the biggest ink bubble I think I've ever seen. I'm actually using the liner again, just to see if I can make it pop just a little bit. It's probably not the brightest idea that I've had, but let's be honest. Like, you really gotta experiment sometimes and figure out what the pros already know, right? But I don't think that they're keeping any secrets. I think they just have a lot more, experience. But I'm sure some of them have something where they're like, oh yeah, instead of doing that, you should really try this to see how it works. Of course, it'd be cooler if it wasn't doing this crazy stuff, the ink. So dumping it all out on me. Oh, well, that's totally brighter. Dumb. This is dumb. I'll go over the whole thing just because I already started it, but can't really see too much. And this is definitely one I'll have to go back and touch up. Like Kat said earlier, yellow's a difficult color to pack in, that's for sure. I think orange is considered one of the harder colors, and I think it's only because orange has yellow in it. Crazy. Alright. Let's rinse that bad boy out. Heck yeah. Oh, that sounds awesome. Cut that real quick. Let some of that come out. And then switch that up. And go back to our round mag here, and let me just go ahead and rinse that out too. It's like gargling. Oops, sorry guys. Finger slipped off the button there. All right. Yeah. Now that's dry. All right, spray this down again. Oh, that looked awesome for a second. Color change. Wipe it off. Wipe yellow all over me. That's all I'm doing. All right, that's better. Okay, now I can kind of see where the yellow is. This is gonna be nuts. It's gonna be crazy. Probably should not do this, but we're gonna do it anyway, because that's how I roll. Just. Oh, I'm like, should I? Shouldn't I? But I think I'm gonna. So all I'm doing is trying to add like a little bit of a dark space around this. Move my hand pretty quick and got the voltage set pretty low, so it should be just about like impossible to perceive, you know. I mean, until everything heals up, like. And I think that might be it. Let me make sure. I gotta figure out a better way to mount this camera. I thought I had it. Thought this was the best way to mount this camera. I was wrong. It is a good way of mounting a camera though. Just not the best way. And let's wipe that bad boy down. See, just put a little dark, like right around one of the edges here. Hopefully, whenever it heals, whenever the yellow comes out a little bit more, hopefully it'll show up a little bit better. But there we go. yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. Could work on the line work on that fuse, but I think I'm gonna let this guy rest and try to get a little bit of rest myself. But seriously, I do appreciate you guys. Thanks. It's my first time trying to do that kind of shading, and hopefully I get a little bit better with it. And you know, I mean, if not, I can pretend. But yeah, I appreciate you guys coming by. Hey, check this out. Like while I'm doing this, watch this. Oh, look at that! I have a look at that. Except the time on there is wrong. I will not be back here at 5 p.m. I mean, I will be here, but I won't be streaming anything. So I I appreciate you guys coming. I appreciate you guys spending your evening with me. Thanks, man. Gary put in the chat. Awesome. Practice makes perfect. So, yeah. Thanks for the setup. Set up a compliment. I should probably have something with the chat on here so it's a little bit more visible. But yeah, I appreciate you guys again. I really do appreciate you guys coming. So I will see you guys tomorrow night, I hope. All right. Bye, guys.